quarterback.
This is the moment, Mike. He's been working towards this day ever since hearing his name called on draft night, and he's put the work in over the last few months. This franchise clearly feels that he's ready to go. But what did he say to us the other day, Mike? He said, I kind of have to admit, it's going to be surreal walking out on that field to take my first snap as a starting NFL quarterback. And I think once he settles in and gets rid of any early nerves, he's confident that he'll show everybody that he belongs.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Here's a screen set up for 4. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. He'll take this in back at the 16. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, it is their rookie quarterback from your alma mater, Greg, University of Miami.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Opening carry of the game for Tyjae Spears. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Got a man. It's Lockett. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They give to Pollard on the option. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this one is blocked.
So they clearly have a beat on this kicking unit. Now, there's two ways to do it. They either have a tip on the long snapper or the holder. But either way, in this case, they're able to time the snap count perfectly, gain an advantage on the outside, and come away with a huge block.
The Browns offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
Had ourselves a bit of a one-man wrecking crew out there for a minute, huh, Mike? I mean, dishing out punishment to every defender in his way. I'll tell you, the next guy who comes in one-on-one, he's going to have that run in the back of his mind.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. And with that, let's take a look at the draft class from back in April. And this organization feels like they were able to address some holes and take some guys with upside that they feel can be big-time contributors in the years to come. They'll try and run for the first down. It's 4. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be 4th down.
So often in these short yardage defensive situations, Mike, you just have to sell out and play the tendencies. In this case, they knew a run was coming. They stop it short for no gain. Brings up 4th down.
It's the quarterback with a sneak. He's going to pick up the Browns' first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
I love this call, Mike. You're basically asking yourself, can your offense beat this defense? And they know exactly what play is coming. And I'll tell you the answer, it's an emphatic yes. They run the quarterback sneak right up the gut, and they turn 4th down into a 1st.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to... And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That would qualify as an angry run, powering his way forward. A pickup of 7.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They gain 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Titan first down.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan. First and 10.
They motion the slot man left. First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. Able to break a tackle as he powers forward 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
A 4-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 13.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Titans sending out their punter. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
He's up to the 20. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
This throw left is complete with Judy. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now, faking the give. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have two or three that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll run here. It's Ford. Powering forward. He's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. The ball comes out. The Browns have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. They'll try to set up the screen here, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing now on third and long. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up fourth down.
You know, it's always hard as an offense to waste such great field position, but they had a short field to work with, not able to pick up a single first down. So give a lot of credit for the defense stopping this drive before it really got started.
This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll get forward for a couple. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen.
That's a gain of 6.
Now a third and 2. They'll try and run here with Spears. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run here with Pollard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here's second and 6.
Second and 6 at the Browns' 40-yard line.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. Third and a yard.
Third and 1.
He's going to try to pick up the first down with his own read.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Lockett headed in motion. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up the key third down?
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down. From the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 13-yard line.
On the ground, it's Pollard, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was taken down by Grant Delpit.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming
A
up.
loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here.
A 32-yard
This
attempt.
just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Sly's kick is good. And the Titans are on the board just before halftime.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Completing that one to Carter. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
A gain of 12. And the Browns first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a 1st down.
A gain of 13
Just seems
yards.
nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
So a pair of 1st downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. That is intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them, big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense, you get yourself an easy touchdown, all of a sudden your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And this ball batted away and incomplete. L'Jarius Sneed, tight coverage as he gets in the way of that one. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. He's got his man complete. That's Judy.
to number 3.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down, Browns.
Back to the air one more time. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
First down,
A gain there of 13 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And he's going to have a first down here as they are into field goal range at the 27. Back to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Tillman. A gain of 15. And the Browns first down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Cedric Tillman. Touchdown, Cleveland. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
Makes the score Browns 14, Titans 10.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
That's the end of the first half with the score Browns 14.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Legend.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up, and the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. He'll look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
A quick throw right side. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Browns offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now, faking the give. Going deep downfield for Judy. And this will be incomplete. Jerry Judy, the intended target, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Browns getting their punting team out there. This fielded inside the 35. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
And they're going to work this down in.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll run the toss. Here's Pollard. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
He's going to get it to Okonkwo.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. 12 yards on that hookup. First down for Tennessee.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Now a handoff to Pollard. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
That's another Titans first down. First and 10 at the 11
Lock it,
line.
headed in motion. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And the Titans are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll look to run with Pollard. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Well, now they've tried a little bit of everything, Mike. 1st down, they think they can pass it in. 2nd down, they go to the ground. What does this offensive coordinator have on his call sheet for this 3rd and goal situation?
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Slides, extra point, up and good. And the Titans move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 14 on the pickup. It's a Browns 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers Continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Now a give on the ground. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Xavier Woods there on the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And just a short gain there, down to the 38.
38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with ground, that they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
We'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This one from 49. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Browns have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That's complete to lock it outright.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
This is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Pollard. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
Ball carrier. He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his tight end. That's a Conquo. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
You get in these situations, third down, tie game, fourth quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You're going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these third down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll bring this inside the 30, a gain of about 5.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. Running here, it's Pollard. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
Well, this sets up a big call here, Mike, on 4th down. You find yourself in a tie ball game with the ball. Do you decide to keep your offense on the field and try to play for 6? Or are you content coming off the field, taking the lead by 3? We'll see what this coach decides.
So, here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. His kick is good. He got it. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now an opening past the 30. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield.
Now, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
Carter is the motion man. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought, Maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow them down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
The Titans offense ready to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Straight ahead, it's Spears. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. They send Ridley in motion. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Taken at the 19. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Completing that one to Carter. They had the perfect play call there. They needed 18. And they got 18. 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. He's going to have a Browns 1st down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and short, you think this ball's expected to come out quick, but when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
They'll run. Yeah. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns have taken a 4-point advantage.
Titans 20.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. 14 yards on the pickup there. They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10. He'll again get it to Ridley. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops, 46 seconds to go. Here's first down. He'll look to throw. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. It's second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. He's going to air this one out. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for it.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. This is 1st and 10. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Browns.
2 timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Here comes second down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. His throw left is complete with Judy.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat-out dominant.
First and 10. Back to the air one more time. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. And now the timeout is called, so 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. Now on comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to force overtime. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's got to have. And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And the missed kick is going to cost them the game.
Well, that's just part of the game, unfortunately. You work hard to get yourself in position that you can tie it late with a field goal. But he just can't connect, and that's just a tough way to lose a game. There's no doubt about it.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Titans. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.